Hey y'all, okay, product knowledge training coming at ya. And I'm Sarah Gibbs, Black Status presenter with Unique. And I'm gonna be talking about eyeshadow palettes, the Unique Moodstruck Addiction Eye Shadow palettes, and then the Moodstruck Eye Primer, which we did discuss already when I did the video on, press shadows. But we will also be talking about it with these palettes because it's super key with the addiction palettes. Okay, so obviously I can't sit here and put on every single palette for you, but I want you to have some knowledge about them, kind of what the difference is between our press shadows, the custom palettes you can create with the press shadows, and then the addiction palettes. Now, the addiction palettes came before our press shadows, and they were our first press shadow. So we had the mineral pigments was the first eyeshadows that we had. And they were little loose pigments. I have one right here. This is one of my favorites back then, but they were loose pigments. So before those, we had no eyeshadows. And so from those, then we also got the press shadows. The Moodstruck Addiction palettes. So this is number 1, and 1, 2, and 3 came out first, okay? 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2, and 3, I'm gonna tell you about them. This one is a warm palette, warm colors, all warm. You've got like a cream, you've got some shimmer, kind of metallic, some sparkle, that's kind of a metallic, then 2 mattes, chipper and, can y'all see that? Chipper and Forthright are your matte finishes. And we talked about mattes, shimmers, metallics, all that, satins. We talked about that when we did the press shadow video, so make sure you go catch that one too. I'm not going to go over that in depth again in this one. I'm just going to kind of explain, but palette number 1, remember, is a warm palette. So if somebody has a warm skin tone, they're like, oh, I love browns and golds, and yeah, this is for them. Creams, whatever. Palette 1 is perfect. Now, if they are someone, ask them this question when you're doing a consult, like virtual, whatever, on a message, and just say, do you have eyeshadow palettes already? Have you used them in the past? And they say yes. Then you say, have you ever had an eyeshadow palette where you've had one color empty? One color that was empty and the rest were still full or mostly full. And see what they say. Because if they do tell you, yes, I have a palette that literally has one color empty and the rest are full, then you know that you need to recommend probably the custom palette for them, the custom press shadow palette. And that is because with the custom press shadow palette, you can pop out whatever one you use the most and get refills on it. With these, you cannot refill each individual color. You'd have to buy a whole new palette, which they're $49. So they need to know that. Now, these are easy if someone has no idea like what they want. They just want like a variety of colors, something easy to throw in their travel bag and have options. The addiction palettes are really good for that. Whereas with the press shadows, you're only going to get like the pack of 4 or the pack of 8, depending on how much they want to spend. Okay, so this one's all warm. Lots of different options with that too. Okay, you could do 1 shade, just brassy on your lid, and that's it. One of my favorite combos I used to do Elated and Chipper all the time, or Sincere and Chipper. And then whenever I would go out, I would add a little bit of like Forthright or Zealous in the outer corner for some drama. Yeah, go ask Sissy to help you. I'll be right in. I'm doing this video real quick. And then number 2. Oh, yeah, tell her to throw it away and then ask her to get you one. Sorry, guys. Okay, so then palette number 2 is a cool palette. Cool grays, blacks. You do have a cool brown in there. And if you see, this is a matte brown, but it kind of has a little bit of a, how do I describe a cool brown? Almost like it pulls a blue with it a little bit. I hope that makes sense. But also you have shimmers, metallics, and kind of a satin finish on this one. Hopeless. And then 3 mattes here. Honorable, Cocky, and Peppy. And this is, you're going to get a good black out of here, really dark brown, and then This one's like a really like metallic finish. Blissful's gorgeous. So if you find somebody that has more pink undertones and likes cool colors, they say, oh, I like grays and silvers and pewters. Oh, they're all gone. Well, we can go by the store and get some more later. We're gonna go to the grocery store. Okay, go talk to Daddy because I have to finish this video and then we're gonna go and run errands. Okay? Okay, we'll find another snack then. Okay, and then we'll go get ice cream at Costco. Hey, you know what? Make a decision what you want to be today. Do you want to be happy boy or are you going to be mad all day? You've already been mad for half the day. Okay, another cool color palette. So palette number 3 came out at the same time. At the same time as 1 and 2. And it's also cool colors. So you're going to get purples. There is one pink on here, but it pulls, it's a kind of a, it's a matte finish and it pulls kind of peach pink. Anyway, so cool colors still. 1, 2, 3 mattes, and then you also have some shimmers and satins and stuff like that, but just where you're gonna get some purples. So a good variety. If you have somebody that's like, oh, I wear purples all the time and pinks, but they also have kind of like a cooler undertone, then this would be a great palette for them. It has the darkest black of the palettes. So Irate is very, very matte black. Peppy, that's in palette 2 that you just saw, that black pulls way more gray. You see it's like more charcoal. So those are the first 3 palettes that we had. So 1 warm and 2 cool, and the second cool one has pinks and more purple, pulls more purples. So those are the first 3 palettes. And then the 4th palette came out, 4th and 5th, I think they came out together. And so the 4th palette actually is kind of a combo of cool and warm. Mommy? So you're gonna get a little bit more. I am doing this video, I need to finish. Okay.
One question.
Okay, go ask Daddy. So half of it is warm.
I'm gonna have a blanket.
Okay, I can't. Oh, that's great. Now go with Daddy. Okay, so this side is more warm. You're gonna get a lot of pretty browns in here. This tender is a satin finish. It's beautiful. Cream color. 2 really good matte browns. And then these browns are gonna pull more of a yellow in their brown. And Secretive is a great gold, but it pulls a lot of warmth and bronze to it. And then there's 3 blues on here, which I always thought this was kind of a strange palette because you've got these 4 beautiful warm colors, and all of a sudden you have 3 blues, which I could hardly use because these are definitely more cool colors and they look good on somebody who wears a lot of or has more of a pink undertone and pulls maybe brown eyes, really pretty with a pink undertone would be so perfect with these 3. So cool, still cooler palette, cooler skin tone palette in my opinion. But if you have somebody that's like, I wear browns, but sometimes I actually like blues, and then you'll be like, okay, this is perfect for you then, kind of a variety. It's a gorgeous palette. Okay, so that's palette number 4. Palette number 5 is very unique, right? Addiction palette number 5 is all metallics, literally all shimmery metallic. Lots of shimmer in here. And you're gonna get a really bright gold, a really bright rose gold, a perfect silver, okay? And then you're getting a more copper tone red and 2 good pinks and then a bright purple. So you're not even able to find really any of these colors in our press shadow, so it's very unique. If somebody's looking for really, really bright metallic colors, if they have something, they just like those kind of colors, or like I have a girl, one of my customers, Trixie's stuck on my jeans. Hang on. God, it never ends. There's always something on there. You okay, Trixie? I can't talk right now because I need to finish this video. I have a time limit. That's great, Kira. Okay, go in the other room. I can't talk right now. Hey, I need both of y'all to get out of here because you're disturbing me. Go. Now. Then we're not going to go to Costco and get ice cream. I need to finish this. Go.
I'll put this back.
Okay. Anyways, all metallic. Somebody, okay, I have a customer who, and this is the perfect palette for her. She is, has like Arabian, background. I think her parents are from, where are they from? Can't even remember which actual country it is, but she was adopted, and so she has like a very, very dark skin tone, and dark hair, but she kind of pulls a pink undertone too, so like kind of cool undertone. And this palette is amazing on her, and because she has such dark skin, she needs the bright colors to really bring out her eyes. So the metallic finish and the bright colors on these are perfect on her, and she loves this palette and rocks it all the time. So really good colors. She actually came over and looked at the pressed shadows, and she only did good with the metallics. So that's why this palette was so good for her, because her skin is so dark. Her lids are even darker. It really was great. I mean, I can wear this palette too, but it is bright. So takes a very special either skin tone or just somebody who loves really bright colors or eyeshadows and options. That's perfect for them. Now, y'all probably, I don't know if y'all know this, maybe you do. But obviously it's March 2019 right now, April 1st, 2019. We have a new palette coming out, and I have it because I got it at Black Status Retreat, and it's Moodstruck Addiction Palette number 6, and it's gorgeous. It's a warm palette, so you're gonna get warm colors. It's got 4 mattes on it and 1 glitter, which is super cool. And then these 2 are more metallic shimmer. Anyways, beautiful, beautiful. Obviously, we have 4 pinks, or 4 like pink undertone. This is our first eggplant color, which I'm excited about, that blazing one. And then 2 new browns. They're a little different than all the ones we had. This is a cooler brown, audacious. Then Lofty is another new cream gold. It's really pretty. Delightful is, let me see if I can get it on my finger for y'all, is actually a shimmer. It's got big chunks of shimmer in it. And it's hard to see on my finger. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this one on for y'all today, and we'll do that really quick. But those are our 6 palettes. Like I said, if you're a customer, you need to find out, like if they go through one, if they're like, oh, I only use 2 colors every day, I have this palette, it's beautiful, it's got a ton of colors, I don't know how to use them all, I don't really use them all, I just use these 2, and I use them up, and then the rest of the palette gets thrown away, then you say, custom palette is perfect for them. But if somebody's like, I want a lot of colors, I do different things almost every day, I like to match my outfits, then you need to find out what their skin tone is like, what colors they tend to go for on their palette, and then that's how you recommend which addiction palette for them, okay? And maybe they might need more than 1, which we do have the deal where you can get 3. I think it's, how much is it for 3? You get a discount, I think, buying 3 palettes. I think, is it 2 or 3? I think it's 3. Anyway, so that's like the best deal to do. But palette number 6. Okay, so then eye primer is key with these palettes because the pigment comes out so much more rich when you use the eye primer. With the pressed shadows, they're more like, they have eye primer actually infused with them, so they do okay on their own too, but they do even better with eye primer. But these addiction palettes, they really need eye primer. So use like your pinky or your ring finger to put this on, tiny, tiny little dot for each eye, and make sure you apply it kind of lash line all the way up to the brow line, and it instantly is ready for use. Now you can go ahead and start. You know, I did that really long video for y'all on the pressed shadows, and we talked about putting colors in the crease and, you know, how to determine what color, whatever. Go watch that if you want more eyeshadow instruction. I'm just gonna really talk about like more how you could duplicate this on a live video for this video. Okay, so this palette, what I'm gonna do to pick what colors I'm gonna use from it, I'm not gonna use all of them because it'll get a little crazy, but today I'm gonna stick with a really light for the base, so I'll go with Calm and Delightful kind of as my basis. So this one kind of all over, this one more in the middle, and then I'm going to use Blazing as my outer corner and Impressive as my crease transitional color. And then I'm going to skip these 3 today, but these can also be paired with these. Like this Calm would be really pretty with Enthralled. You could add a little Lofty there, so lots of options. So You could do a lot of videos with this palette, different options. Especially if you have customers who buy it, you're gonna wanna show them different ways to use it. So starting out with the shader brush, I'll do Calm all over first. Now Calm is a matte, it's a light pink. We don't really have one that looks like this because our light pink that's in the press shadows is more peachy. And this one is not peachy at all. So I'm gonna do lash line all the way up to the brow. This one's light enough you can kind of do that with. Ooh, I got a sleepy. And I like to bring it on the inner corner too.
Mommy, what's this?
Kira, I cannot chat right now. Oh, put it away. That's a gift for... Get out of my stuff. I'm sorry.
I was looking for mint.
We don't have any mints. Put that away because it's a gift for somebody, not for y'all. Close up my cabinets and get out of my office. I don't know why y'all come in here and do this whenever I'm doing a video. I'm almost done. Okay, go. And we're not going to go to Costco and get ice cream. Out. Go inside. I know, and I'm going to take longer if I sit here and have to yell at you. Thank you for being patient, but quit digging in my stuff and go in the other room. Okay. All right. Shut the door, please. All right, so all over the lid. I don't know if y'all deal with this every day, but I sure do. Fluffy crease brush would be a good one for our transitional color. So we used Calm first, and then kind of as our base, right? So Impressa is gonna be the transition. And the fluffy crease will be good because it will be kind of like a lighter application because it's softer bristles. So take Impressive, this one's a metallic, so you have to be careful with all the shimmer, but that's okay. So we're gonna do that, start in the outer corner, putting the pigment there, and work it into that outer soft crease, outer corner to like the middle. Super pretty, blending, very light-handed. Next, we'll grab our crease brush and put on Blazing, which is that really pretty eggplant, purpley, what do you call that? Eggplant? I love it. We don't really have a color like that, so I'm excited to have it, this new one. So get some pigment on that crease brush, and you'll put that right in the outer corner there. V shape. And there are different ways you could use this palette. You could do a good halo eye with it, with all the shimmer and the glitter from Delightful. That'd be really pretty. Oh yes, gorgeous, gorgeous. And easy. Okay, and now next thing we're gonna do is just put Delightful kind of right on the lid for extra shimmer, and then we're done. So you can use that same shader brush. Put Delightful. You could also use your finger on this one, would be a good one to use.
I'm good. It's been a long time.
Drew, I'm doing a video right now. Okay, right in the middle. He, of course, gets a work call, and then that becomes more important. We go in the garage. Okay, and also using the finger on the glitter one is good. See the glitter kind of coming off? And then just pack it on. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Get a little extra shimmer there. And that's it. You can do a little blending if you want with the blending brush. Where is it? Actually, I'm gonna do just a tad more there. I don't even need the blending brush, but that's it. Look at that. Gorgeous. And you can do a lot of different combos with that palette. All right, I'm gonna jump off. Thanks for watching, and hope y'all do well with selling your addiction palettes. Okay, bye.